We have a new addition to the Nike Maverick family, so we have to update our roundup overview. Stick around, that's what I'm talking about. Hello and welcome to My Glass. Tyler right now. Obviously, we're going to go over the Maverick family again. We'll keep it pretty concise and short since we've done this video a couple of times as they keep adding more pieces to the collection and they each get their own individual review. So this is really just so that you can see them all on the table at the same time. I'll go over the similarities, I'll go over the differences, and then maybe a little bit of advice to buy what might be right for you or why you might want one over another. If at the end of this you're ready to order, don't forget about SportRx and definitely don't forget about our See Better guarantee, because with that, you're never stuck with something you don't like or just doesn't work for you. You have as long as 45 days with them, even if you get them in prescription. We want to take care of you and make sure you're happy with what you got. So we'll take care of you no matter what that means on our end. Also, we have opticians, trained, knowledgeable, very friendly, by the way, who would love to help you get it right the first time. So you can always reach out to us. All right, let's get into it. All right, so in an effort to keep this simple, let's just talk about the similarities all together and then the differences. First with the similarities, they all have the same brow line design. So you can look at the top of the frame of all of them and they all have the same kind of brow line design. They also all share this same unique nose bridge that is more of a saddle style nose bridge. It's floating, it's saddle style, it has grip. There is, as I always mention in these videos, it's just something to be aware of when it comes to this nose bridge. It isn't the most versatilely fitting nose bridge in the world. So it is really cool and a great concept. The reason that it's floating is so that it better absorbs impact. The reason that it is more low profile and vented is to minimize fogging on the inside of the lenses. The reason that it is saddle style is to help disperse the weight evenly around your entire nose bridge. All really good things. However, it's not adjustable. And so it can be a little uncomfortable if it's on the wrong nose bridge. So just be aware of that. If you've had issues with nose bridge fit in the past, this might be a concern. If you haven't, then it probably won't be. Just something to be aware of. These also all share this same temple design, this same temple aesthetic, which is more tapered and much more flexible at the temple tips than it is in the middle and front of the temple. And that's for comfort. That's to maintain a good balance of grip on your head without creating too much pressure to cause headaches. Really good design. It works really well. And like I mentioned, grip on the inside of those temples. While we're talking about this, I know this is a difference, but the newest addition here, the Rise, does have a little more of a wrap. It is the grip, the rubber grip is wrapped around the whole temple, whereas on the others, it's just on the inside. I don't know that there's really a functional benefit to that, but it just looks a little bit different in that regard. They are also the injected frame material, which is derived from a castor bean oil. So crazy lightweight, super comfortable, and you can feel good about choosing something that's a little more eco-friendly. They are all also kind of on the larger side, except for they do have one that is a small, but they are all otherwise on the larger side. So if you need a bigger frame, then that is excellent. All right, let's get into the differences. Hey, if you're liking this content, but maybe you have additional questions about the Nike Maverick Collection, or perhaps you have prescription needs, well, be sure to reach out to one of our very friendly SportRx opticians. Here I am mentioning him again. They are eagerly awaiting your call. And for even more Nike frame reviews, unboxings, or prescription Nike content, you can check out our videos and our blogs. We'll put a link in the description below. Now, when we talk differences, it's mostly cosmetic. It is mostly in the lens shape that they really vary. Size varies a little bit, and so I'll get into that in each one of these specifically. And I mean, let's just get into it right now. So the original, the classic, the Maverick has the tallest lens, huge lens. I think the biggest lens on the table for sure. And when it comes to sizing, an SFW of 138 millimeters, which is a large for men or a large to extra large for women. When it comes to the Maverick S, you really have the Maverick just shrunken down in size. And so it is in every way the same. It's just smaller. And when we get to the size, it is 130 millimeters on that SFW. So a whopping 8 millimeters narrower, which puts you now in that small to medium range for men, or the medium range for women. Then for the Maverick Free, we have probably the most different aesthetic here. I guess that's arguable, debatable, but you have a semi-rimless design. You also then have the functionality of an interchangeable design. And so that is definitely something valuable to those looking for multiple sets of lenses for different conditions, light conditions, or different sports that you're playing. You can swap them out and just have the one frame chassis. Also, I usually pick this as a good Nike frame for golf because with the frameless bottom, you don't have anything obstructing your view when you're addressing the ball. And when it comes to sizing, this has an SFW of 137 millimeters, which is obviously a little bit smaller than the 138. And so what you get there is kind of on the small end of large for men and on the large end of large for women. Next up, we have the RGE, and this is very similar overall to the aesthetics of the original Maverick, but this is more of a rectangular shape. And so you don't have as much lens height, and I think probably the most approachable for like an everyday use pair. This has, again, an SFW of 138 millimeters, so that large for men, large to extra large for women. And then next up, the newest addition to the lineup, this is the Rise, and we have a little more of a geometric shape, which is going to, I think, lend itself a little more to being a unisex style. You'll see with the next being more of a feminine lens shape. This isn't too far off of that. This could, I don't know. I don't want to say that this is a more feminine shape, but I think lends itself more to being a comfortable shape on a woman's face than the big rectangle shape styles. I don't know. Take it or leave it, whatever you think on that. And when it comes to sizing, the same, 138 millimeters. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Fierce. This is the second to newest, and this is much more of an overtly feminine shape. And also, interestingly enough, the largest on the table. This is with an SFW of 140 millimeters, a large to extra large fit for men. If you decide being a man, you like the style, totally fine, nothing wrong with that. And then a true extra large fit for women. So really cool style. I mean, you really can't go wrong when it comes to anything on this table as long as it fits you well. They are all really quite similar. It just is a matter of a little bit of performance, but mostly cosmetics. Another element that all of these share in common, which I love, is their RX ability, how well they can handle prescriptions. They are all a 6-base lens curvature, so not a wrap design. It is more of an athleisure, I would say. I think that term suits these frames very, very well. If I haven't said that already, I think I did. They're athleisure with a little more sport bent than anything, but very, very good for prescriptions. If you have a strong prescription, I'll bet you anything that these things will still work great for you. And now we'll tie a bow on this with a little bit of advice, just keeping in mind that all of these can have different applications. There might be a good reason to choose one over the other, but they are all incredibly versatile. So like I said, I don't really think you can go wrong. It might be as simple as just finding a shape that you like and the size that'll work for you, and then you go for that. When it comes down to it, it is a matter of sizing and then just preference. So you can always ask us, by the way, if you're not sure. I mentioned this at the beginning, and I mentioned it in all the videos, and I will continue to mention it 100,000 times, that we have opticians who'd love to help you figure this out if you have any questions at all. So definitely reach out to us. So that wraps it up for our updated Nike Maverick Collection overview. I hope now you have a new strong contender for the perfect pair for you. If so, stick around for a moment longer. There will be an easy to click shop now button. And again, if you're ready to order, don't forget about our See Better guarantee. I really think it gives you a ton of peace of mind, and if peace of mind is your thing, here I am mentioning our opticians again. They'll love to help you get it right the first time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was interesting or valuable information. If so, throw us a like, because that helps us out. You can find relevant videos over here. If you're ready to shop any of these great styles, you can click this button right here. And if you're looking for more content to consume, as we all are, you can click this button right here and check us out on our social media outlets, because I think you'll enjoy it. That's why I recommend it.